What's up, everybody? It's Man of Low Moral Fiber here. My name's Luke, and in this video, I'm going to be continuing my level 1 to Overpower level 8 playthrough. Obviously, we've made it to Overpower level 8 here, but we still have to acquire more gear. So, I've been doing this read-only save farming of the Pimpernel, and I've acquired a passable slag Pimpernel. I believe it's Barking with Malawan Grip. I think so, if I remember correctly at least. And then we found a close to acceptable Fire Pimpernel. I think it's Gentleman's Prefix with Malawan Grip. So, we're going to keep looking. We need some other stuff. Alright, so this gave us a Banberry, but it appears to have a Vladoff Grip. So we'll go for it again. I'm going to go ahead and save quit now. I'll put out the tutorial on how to, make the read-only save and farm like this pretty near here in the future. I hope I get it done today. Anyway, we're going to go back in here now and sneak back on over to SensorBot. Now, this is where we're going to try to find all of our Pimpernels, obviously. It's the only place to find all of our Pimpernels, but it's also probably where we're going to waste a lot of time on something that we could do in seconds with a save editor like Gibbed. So, that kind of sucks, but whatever. We're trying to fully experience that legitimate thing. I do have a problem with their quest reward deal, though, here. This is Gentleman's, and it is Jacob's Grip, so that sucks. You do a whole quest for this weapon, right? And you only have an opportunity to get it once a playthrough. In fact, you kind of do two quests for this weapon because you have to do one preceding the other. So, well, actually, that statement's ambiguous enough to work both ways. Anyway, you have to do two quests in order to get this quest reward. And then you only get one shot at it. And, if you're playing entirely legitimately. And I don't think that's great game design. They should have definitely implemented some sort of gunsmithing system to mitigate that problem. But they didn't. So anytime we get one that is sublime, it sucks, especially when it's dull grip. We'll go ahead and save quit, and we'll go at it again. After some time, if we find a good shock or corrosive one, I guess then we could take a break and farm for Lyudas for a bit. Or if we found a shock one, then we could grab a bee shield and maybe farm Pete for a bit. But until then, if we found a Shock Lyuda in that time that we were farming for Lyudas. Shock Pimpernel is not that great for Pete, actually, because it is very hard to hit him with sweet spot critical hits. And if you're just going for the straightforward critical hits, it'd be better to use another weapon. He leans forward too much. Fashionable with the Hyperion Grip, that is useless to us. Yikes. Someone did the math in the comments of the last episode how frequently we should end up getting a acceptable Pimpernel, and it definitely makes it seem like it will take some time for us, which isn't really fun. I guess I have a slag one and a somewhat acceptable fire one. I could probably get by farming OP8 Gettle, but meh. There's no real need to kill Mobley either. Alright, Captain Scarlet's, but it does have the Malawan Grip. However, that's not as good as the one we have. Plus, it has that god-awful Hyperion Scope, so we'll leave that one be. Captain Scarlet's obviously means that there's no accessory, which is pretty much useless. You're just losing out on a potential benefit there. Guns shouldn't spawn with no accessory if you've had to do two quests to get to them. That's just kind of insulting. Now I got that follow-through bonus. But it ran me into that wall there. Oops. Okay. Wall within the ceiling, I guess. Or whatever was hanging down from the ceiling at the very least. Okay. We're going to come up here, and we're eventually going to find a usable Pimpernel, and it's going to be awesome. No. Are you joking me? Don't I already have, like, this exactly? Except this has Jacob's Scope. Let's go see what the other one is in the claptrap area. Notice how I didn't reselect my save there, so we're still working off the save stored on memory as opposed to on the actual storage. So let's head on over to Claptrap's area, which is here. It was actually below where I was. Didn't know that. Probably did, but forgot it. Okay. So, I think we literally found 2 matching fire, oh no, this one at least has the dull scope, so it's better. Wow, we've got 2 gentlemen's with Malawan grip, though. That really sucks. Just goes how cruel it can be, you know, to farm like this legitimately or whatever. I forgot to reselect my save. You know, like, by the time we get down to needing whatever our last element is going to be, the chances that we actually find that are going to be so low. I mean, we could never get it, you know? And that would definitely adversely affect the way I want to enjoy the game. Not a fan of that in the least. Level 72 Pimpernel takes out an OP8 enemy in one shot. That's awesome. Be awesome to have an OP8 version of it, though. One with the perfect grip and accessory and stuff. Alright, what do we got? Dandy with a Vladoff grip. That sucks. Oh well. Ugh. Imagine if you did reset UVHM for one shot at a Pimpernel. Just one time. No save resetting or anything like that. Just get one shot. Ugh, that would be so long in order to get what you need. Oh well. I mean, this could take days. I don't want it to, but it could. Dandy with the Hyperion grip. Ugh. Dandy is like accuracy or something entirely worthless. It's either accuracy or stability. I guess accuracy is more useless than stability. Fashionable's the other one. Both of them, in my mind, are entirely worthless. One slightly less worthless than the other, but both entirely unworthy of using, to say that more appropriately. And so the only real accessories I'm looking for are Banberry and Barking. And the only grip I'm looking for is Malawan. Everything else can get bent. It sucks to know that we could never get that. We could just continually get Dandy and Fashionable shit until the end of time. Monstrous with the Jacob's grip. That sucks. Alright, so we'll go again. How coincidental to get 2 Gentleman's Fire Malawan gripped ones. That is pretty lame, but that's how it's going to be. There's no way to really influence what you're going to get or anything. I think it's a really poor design. And if they were to implement something like the ability to switch the grip from one Malawan rifle to another one, this is Banberry, this is Corrosive, and this is Malawan. So this is actually definitely going to go in the Claptrap secret stash. It does have the Jacob's scope and the Jacob's stock, which isn't ideal, but it's passable for certain. Yeah, if I was to concentrate on scopes and stocks, we'd never get done with this. So we have to accept that one at the very least for now. There's always a possibility that we could get another one later, you know, while we're still looking for a good shock one or a good fire one, because I'm not too happy with my fire one. So, but for now, it would be absolutely foolish and asinine not to put this in there. I mean, if we do find a better stock and scope on one, you know, I'd replace it. But I'm not going to, you know, stop or not stop. Like, if we were to find an acceptable shock and fire one, I would not continue to look for a better scope and stock on the Banberry Corrosive one. That's going to be more than good enough for us. So At the very least, we've come that far. We found one corrosive one now. Theoretically, if I found a shock one now, I could be set for a while. I'd still be a little bit sore about the fire one, but we could get by. I've accepted the barking Malawan slag one. I'd prefer it to be Banberry Malawan, but I can deal with barking. It's still the second best in my mind, so that's close enough. Alright, hopefully we have a streak of sustained luck here and end up finding a shock one that we need this time. No, we got Dandy. We are having a streak of Malawan grip though, so hopefully that trend continues. I would like to not buck that trend and only get Malawan grips till the end of time. Not a possibility though. But yeah, if they were to implement a system where you could maybe switch out the grip from another rifle, it would encourage closer inspection of all gear that dropped, you know? Like when you're a high enough level and everything, you don't really pay attention to a blue gear drop if it's not a red text weapon. You don't really care. But if you had to find another blue rifle that had the right grip or accessory that you needed, that might encourage you to more closely inspect all the gear, and it could add, you know, something to the game that would be beneficial in my mind. So that's something that I'd recommend them use in Borderlands 3. Obviously, we have no real news on Borderlands 3 other than the fact that it is most likely in production, and that's kind of obvious. But yeah, I'm hoping for a really great game. Obviously, I had quite a few qualms with Borderlands 3 sequel. One of the most important things they need to do with Borderlands 3, if they are to release it, is release it with its full level cap from the start. Release it with a playable difficulty from the start, because that was the real Achilles heel to Borderlands 3 sequel in my mind. You cannot release a game without in-game content. It's rude, and, you know, frankly, it's quite disgusting to release a game without a hard mode. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense to me to release a game without quote-unquote hard mode. It is pretty damn rude. Alright, so we're going to come over here and continue to farm this. I don't know. It really bothers me that they would choose to release a game knowing that they're going to release the hard mode for it later. That just is offensive, you know? It seems to be taking advantage of your customers. I don't like it at all. And they're not releasing it for free, you know? It costs money and everything. So, I can't get behind that. Especially since you're seasoned or, you know, returning players were most likely a fan of Borderlands 2's Ultimate Vault Hunter mode. If they, you know, bought Borderlands 3 sequel and everything, it means they put enough time into Borderlands 2 to like it and everything, which I would find to be incredibly hard to do if you've only played true Vault Hunter mode. Here we got a Monstrous with the, I think that's Vladoff grip. That Vladoff grip to Malawan stock looks absurdly stupid because there's like a little gap there. That just looks asinine. Whatever. Monstrous is obviously magazine size prefix. I wouldn't be totally opposed to Monstrous on a Malawan grip slag Pimpernel, because then it would mean you would have to reload your slag Pimpernel less. So that could be kind of cool. But then again, between at one with the gun and killer and fast hands to an extent, Zero really shouldn't have that much trouble reloading his snipers. So I'd prefer the fire rate, because that means I could get more slag out there quicker. Alright, so I'm hoping for a shock Barking or Banberry Malawan Pimpernel right now. Let's get it. We got Barking, and it's most definitely Malawan grip. So now we have two good corrosive ones, which is impressive. I don't know which one I would like better. I will keep both. So now I might need to do some tomfoolery where I remove these pimpernels from the Claptrap secret stash and, use my save once there so that I have them, and then create a new read-only save or convert my save back to read-only once I have saved it properly. And I think I'll go ahead and do that. So I'm going to open this little guy right here. I'm going to come into this and put that corrosive one there. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and save quit, and then I'm going to enable my save file to be write mode now. So it'll be read-write instead of read-only. Be right back. Alright, so I put my save file into a writable state. That is, it is no longer in read-write mode. So I'm going to go back in here. We should be at the Washburn Refinery because I just reselected my save. And that means the quest will be active for us. And we can go ahead and travel now to Claptrap's area and pick up all of those guns. And then I will put my save file back into a read-only state. So that I have those guns in my inventory, and I have 4 spots in Claptrap's secret stash to store more pimpernels. Now, it'll be important to remember to put the right ones in there, obviously, because some I'll have backups of, but not the new ones, so we need to remember that. Cool. So now I'm going to fast travel back over to the Washburn Refinery, and then kick my save back into a read-only mode. You can see that the Don't Copy That Floppy quest is still in a state where it is ready to be turned in. And now I guess I'll actually be here at the fast travel instead of that gate. So that works out even better for us. I'm going to go ahead and save quit, and then I'll put the game in a read-only state here. Or not the whole game, but this particular save file. Be right back. Alright, now my save file is in a read-only mode again, and we'll continue farming for a pimpernel in this way. Now again, I'm looking for a Banberry or Barking, Malawan Gripped, Shock, or Fire Pimpernel. Those are at the top of my list right now. I have 2 pretty good corrosive pimpernels, one in Banberry, one in Barking. And then I have a good Slag Pimpernel as well in Barking and Malawan. I would probably prefer Banberry and Malawan there, but we'll get by. But I don't have anywhere near acceptable Shock Pimpernel yet, and I'm not truly happy with my Fire Pimpernel because it is the gentleman's accessory. So we got Barking here and in Shock, but it happens to be Dull Grip, so we'll pass on that, and we'll make sure that our read-only thing worked right here. Should still be at the Washburn Refinery, and we should see the green question mark on the minimap, and we do. So that means the save file is indeed in read-only mode, which is good. Otherwise, we'd have to reset UVHM to farm for this some more. Which could be tough, but with fire, somewhat decent, and a good corrosive and slag one, we should be easily able to work back to this point. So we're not screwed. Plus, we could, if we were really in a bad spot, kick the game down. So we found another gentleman's Malawan, which sucks. I'm not even going to take this one back there, or I guess it's technically in my inventory, right? So you can see now that we have 2 gentlemen's, but I prefer the scope on this one, obviously, to the scope on that one. So we're definitely not taking that one to the stash or anything like that. But yeah, theoretically, if we accidentally did turn in the quest, we could put the game at like not OP8 and work back here, but I'd probably force myself to do it at OP8 because I know I'd enjoy it more. Okay. I guess now I don't need to be wearing my level 72 shit. I should have put my OP8 gear on just so that we could comically blow up things in here, but oh well. This way it'll be even quicker and I won't be distracted by having to kill those guys, knowing that my weapons are pretty shitty. Okay, let's talk to him here. Got Dandy and Corrosive. Pretty much if it shows up Corrosive this time, it's very unlikely that we're going to need it. We would need it to have basically Dull Scope and Dull Stock and be one of our preferred prefixes to beat out the 2 that I have. So, yeah. I hope this whole episode isn't pimpernel farming, but I can't very well promise you that it won't be. Unless I decide to go farm for Lyutas at some point in time. And I don't know if I'm going to in this episode or not. Ugh. Bummer. Got Banberry. Banberry, Corrosive, Malawan. We're having good luck with those. But we're having bad luck with the other stuff. So this is the one that, you know, I just got. And this is the one that we have. So this one has 4.8 times zoom. That one has 6.6. I guess technically this is better than our ever so slightly because this one has a higher zoom scope than this one, which I prefer. Plus, the Malawan stock is probably a little bit better than the Jacob stock. My God, I can't believe I'm going to go to Claptrap's place for this one. But whatever. So, we're getting good amounts of Malawan-gripped corrosive pimpernels with acceptable accessories. But, like I said, we're still having problems with shock and fire. So, maybe this is the corrosive episode, and in the future we'll have a fire episode. But that just seems so incredibly arduous that I'm not entirely looking forward to that. At the very least, we have made progress in this episode, which is better than nothing. So the one that we need to put in there... Dang, our barking has a doll stock. That's pretty good. The one we need to put in there is this one. Okay. Cool. So I guess that Vladoff scope isn't too bad. It doesn't zoom in much more than the doll scope. It's the Jacobs and Hyperion scopes that I'm really not a fan of. They zoom too far for my liking. I'm going to put on the corrosive one just to kill him. Nope. Yep.
How hilarious. You just set off my trap card. Your death approaches.
It's good to have an OP8 Pimpernel again. It's been a while since I've had that. Been a damn while. Wrong weapon. It's good to have it, though. I can tell you that much. Ooh, got a badass here. We'll kill it. Can only handle not killing things for so long. Alright. What did we get? Dandy in Hyperion grip. So that sucks. Not a fan of that at all. Hey, look, there's a Lyuta. That one actually had a Vladoff grip. We'd be looking for that one. I didn't look at it quickly enough to determine what kind of accessory it had, but I think it might have had the Gromke prefix, which would mean that would be a pretty sweet weapon. Now, the one thing that's going to really suck about farming Lyutas is that not only do we need to get the right accessory, elements, and grip, we also need to get the right level. And because it's not a quest reward, it's going to be a lot more difficult to farm. Which sucks. But, whatever. Because we actually have to do some killing every single time, which can be enjoyable. And then, you know, we have to get lucky enough for it to drop. We have to get lucky enough for it to drop at OP8. And then we have to get lucky enough for it to drop with the Gromke or, what is the fire rate accessory for Vladoff? I'm not entirely certain, but we could get by with that. Ideally, though, I'd really like and prefer Gromke because that's the best. Alright, Monstrous with the Hyperion grip. No fucking thank you. Man, I truly do not like farming for these weapons. Don't like it one bit. There really needs to be some way to alter weapons in some capacity in the next iteration of Borderlands that is not random. The idea that the grinder is just another random roll as far as parts go and everything in Borderlands 3 sequel is infuriating. I don't know why they are so opposed to giving the player some ability to control the parts on their weapons. It just doesn't seem right. Especially since parts have such a heavy influence on stats and everything. And stats obviously have a heavy influence on how you're able to play the game. And I would much prefer to have, the actual gear that I know is available than just the gear that I find. Even if, you find gear and it's, way off target. Like if you got Hyperion grip, Hyperion scope, and a Hyperion stock, all in combination with a Captain Scarlet's accessory on the element you didn't want. What if there was still a way to change it, over time and finding stuff that you need, whether it be extra guns, iridium, and everything to make the switch? That would be a much superior system in my mind, because right now it doesn't work well for me. I mean, you're still farming for the weapons in that way. So the people who truly appreciate farming for whatever perverse reasons can, still get their joy out of that. However, then the ability to farm more, but for a guaranteed way to at least alter the weapon, that could be good, because then there's still some chance to find the weapon. So there's still some, randomness involved in everything. But then when you find it, it's not as if all of a sudden you found like a a non-casual flacker or just something that is entirely worthless. Like, for example, a dandy Hyperion gripped Pimpernel. Not really a great weapon. Worse, a Captain Scarlet's a Captain Scarlet's Hyperion gripped Pimpernel, because that means it doesn't have an accessory at all. Or fashionable, like in this case. I don't know how many Pimpernels we've farmed at this point, as far as total number that we've turned, or total number of times that we've turned the quest into Censorbot, but man, oh man, is it boring. I'm going to recharge my mental batteries here in just a minute. We'll come back and do another X amount of runs after probably 3 more runs before my break here. So 3 more runs, break, and then we'll come back here and do this again. Hopefully to some useful point, but I can't totally guarantee you guys of that. So we got Fashionable here with another Vladoff grip. I don't know if that's the same weapon we just got, grip and accessory-wise. It's all running together now, but I think it was pretty close. Or at least we got a weapon very similar to that very recently. So that sucks. Hey, in the next episode, we could probably farm Gettle. We have a good Corrosive and a good Slag Pimpernel, so we could definitely farm Gettle. We might do that. Okay, what do you got for us, buddy? Banberry, and oh, look at that. We got the Hyperion Scope and the Vladoff grip, so that's pretty cool. Just kidding, that sucks. Alright, so Banberry, Fire, Malawan, Doll Scope, Doll Stock. It's coming up this time. Otherwise, I'm taking a break. Hopefully we get it, though. That is what I want. Screw you, dude. You're gonna get killed by my level 72 Pimpernel because you suck. Except for the fact that you didn't get slagged yet, which sucks for me. Alright. Ha. He's dead. We use our follow-through bonus to expertly jump over that railing and make it up here without harm. Alright. Now we're gonna get it. Ooh, Captain Scarlet's with a doll grip. That's too shitty to even quit on, so we gotta do one more now. Oh boy, I truly hate this. Alright. Got that follow-through bonus. And I still made it onto this thing. That was excellent. I think I even jumped on one of them. That's just disrespectful. Alright. Let's come up here. This guy's gonna give us one that we need. No. You're a dick, dude. Sublime Hyperion Grip. Or that might have been Malawan Grip. I don't know. One more. This is truly the last one I'm doing, though, before my break. Oh, boy. It really ropes you in, doesn't it? It's probably just as exciting to watch as it is to play. I can tell. Because right now it's so fun to play that I can't imagine anything being less fun than this. Alright. I guess it could be less fun if it was at 30 FPS. That would suck. Didn't expect to take that huge hit there. Oh well. Dandy with the Hyperion Grip. It's not getting any better. We just need to take a break at this point. So I'm going to be back in a little bit, guys. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and take a break. You guys won't notice any different. The video will just pick up. But I'll be in a different mood. Alright, I'm back. Let's go farm some more pimpernels. So I ended up going to the gym, and then I got some food, and then I got pretty relaxed. So let's go ahead and do some more farming here. So I think we are still looking for a shock and fire pimpernel. I actually took a couple hour break. Was not really looking forward to coming back to this. That said, I'm optimistic now. Maybe. We'll find something. We'll see. Ooh, probably shouldn't stand directly adjacent to that corrosive barrel without a OP8 weapon on. If I do get another load of pimpernels and for whatever reason we're still doing this, we gotta put that one in the bank for now. Monstrous with, yeah, I gotta take that to the bank for now. That's the best shock one we have. But yeah, if for whatever reason I get to a full pimpernel load again, but I don't exactly like what we have, I have to definitely make sure I put on the OP8 ones that we've acquired so far, just for safety and everything. All right, down to Claptrap's place. And this should be good. This map is so foreign to me. This is the first time that I've ever really used it for anything other than the very start of the game, which is obviously and thankfully skipped in Ultimate Vault Hunter mode. Alright. So, yeah, it is skipped. I was thinking about it for a second, but it is. We'll put that there. And now I'm just... I guess I have something that's semi-acceptable of everything now, which is pretty cool. But I'm still looking for a slightly better fire and shock one. So, I don't know. We're doing okay, though. Making progress on our pimpernel farm. Monstrous is kind of silly, but then again, I don't really use shock for too much other than to strip shields. So it doesn't really need to be that strong because shields aren't that strong. I don't know. I'm trying to rationalize it. Captain Scarlet's pimpernels can get fucked though. I do believe Captain Scarlet will be a playable character in Borderlands 3, or at the very least that she should be. I'm very interested to finally find out some details about Borderlands 3, if, you know, that happens here in the near future. I have a suspicion that it will begin to happen in the near future. I don't know. We'll find out. I think the final episode of Tales just got announced, so that's pretty cool. I've been holding off on even playing that until it's complete. I'll buy the Telltale games, but I don't like to play them until they're done. I don't want to sit on my hands and wait for the next episode. I kind of do that with some series of shows. I mean, what was that? I didn't even take a close enough look at it. I knew it didn't have the right grip, so I just kind of passed it by. Oh, that's awful. It's so bad. It's got dull grip, Hyperion scope, and a bad prefix, but what an awful weapon. Yeah, I do that with some shows. If I don't think they're like worth watching every week, then I'll kind of wait till a whole season's done or whatever, because I like to have the ability not to experience cliffhangers if possible. The wait for Winds of Winter right now is absolutely killing me. It's appalling. I do hope that it gets released before the first episode of the next season of Game of Thrones. Not that I don't like both, just because I like reading the book first, but it's seeming more and more unlikely that that will happen. I don't know. There's some evidence that it will come out before that, but I'm not entirely certain. Fashionable, huh? Ugh. Yeah, I do believe that would be awesome if it would come out. I'd probably have to, if it was getting a release date, there were certain chapters I would read of the preceding books before going into that, The Winds of Winter. The first time I read Game of Thrones, the first one was a long time ago. And then I think I read the second one right after that, and it was only after the second season of Game of Thrones that I decided the series that I decided to read the other books and everything. I do like it. All right. Still haven't got anything there. I do wish we would find something that would fit my needs. So we need it to be fire or shock. So that gives us immediately 50% of what is available because there are 4 total elements. Then I need it to be one of the 5 available grips. So that's only a 10% chance to get fire or shock with the Malawan grip. And then I think there are 8 accessories. So we have like a 2.5% chance of getting what we need every time, I think. And that makes sense. Kind of. And then if we had to divide scopes and stocks by that, for acceptable, it lowers it even lower. But we're going to try to avoid worrying too much about the scope. The stock doesn't bother me as much. I do not like the overly zoomed in scopes, though. Those irritate me a great deal. Hopefully there's going to be something here for us. I'd really appreciate that. Hey. Now that's actually a decent thing. Monstrous with Malawan grip here. Unfortunately, it has the Jacob's scope. And just based on that alone, I'm going to pass it up. It's decent. If it had a dull scope, I might keep it around. But I'm going to pass on it for now. We'll go some more. You can see how level 72 Pimpernel just doesn't get the job done. Especially a level 72 Pimpernel with a Jacob's grip and a Malawan scope. It is fire rate prefix, which I do like. Jacob's grip with Malawan, or with Banberry grip, or Banberry accessory is kind of weird, but whatever. Ugh, Sublime can get fucked, especially when it has the stupid Jacob scope. Alright, hopefully we find something here. I don't know why I used my deception right there. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have fired my Pimpernel in there with that corrosive barrel either. Luckily, I wasn't facing in a direction at the time that I shot it where the flower was going to come back and hit that barrel. So that worked out. Backpedaling up those stairs failed for me, but deception was long enough that I still got away. Damn it. Is that 2 Sublime Shock Pimpernels in a row? That's just a shame. Antagonist is tough. Keeps me well protected. It was a good idea to buy that before farming for Pimpernels. Would have been foolish not to. Kind of liking the higher capacity on this antagonist. It's cool. Alright. Captain Scarlet's Pimpernel with a dull grip. That blows. Uh-oh. I'm gonna wait for some transfusions to come on this guy. I got distracted by football and kind of rushed in all no-scope style. Probably kind of foolish. We're past it. Kind of. Next deception, I'll have plenty of health to sneak by these guys. I just can't get hit again right there by that guy. And I didn't, so we're good. We got close. We could have died there. Between Boar and the corrosive Pimpernel, we would have been alright, though. Alright, fashionable. That blows, especially since it's flat off grip. And it's in an element that we don't need. So, we're going to need to get a good fire or shock Malawan gripped Pimpernel right now. That would make me very happy. I guess technically our shock is a little bit weaker than our fire, but shock's limited role kind of mitigates that. The one I'm more interested in, if I had to pick one right now, would be the fire one. We could get by with that silly, monstrous shock pimp. What I couldn't get by with, though, I don't think, is that gentleman's fire Pimpernel. I would much prefer Banberry or Barking. We'll see. Hey! First I got excited, but then I realized that's Jacob's Grip, Jacob's Stock, and Hyperion Scope, which sucks. This dude on the football game I'm watching right now appears to have the world's largest pimple on his bicep. It's absolutely disgusting. I don't think it's probably a pimple, though. It's probably, I don't know, something else. It would seem weird that a pimple of that size would go through an entire football game unpopped. God, that'd be disgusting, though. It really did look quite atrocious. I don't know if it was like some sort of welt he got during the game or something, though. It looked like it hurt. That's kind of cool. I'll put that one in the deal. I don't know if I'd ever use that one, but if it's a Malawan gripped slag one with a blade, if I ever wanted to rely more on Killing Blow, I could see that being useful. So I'm going to actually put that one at Claptrap's place. God, I'm always confused when I fast travel here. I don't know where I'm going. It's not true for a lot of maps. Definitely true for this one. Alright. Get in there, bladed one. It's the only version of a Sublime that I would like. The fact that it had the dull scope is kind of what encouraged me to keep it. I'm gonna have a load of different varieties of Pimpernels in the bank. I guess. We'll probably end up getting rid of those low-leveled guns that I spent some time thinking about earlier. That was kind of dumb. Whatever. Alright, so those guys are down there. So we're almost good on Pimpernels now. It's just that we need a better fire one. Ugh. Come on, enough with the Captain Scarlet's prefix. I'll never accept that. Especially if that has like a dull grip. That just sucks. Dull scope is good. Dull scope zooms in the least out of all scopes, and I do prefer it. That Vladoff scope isn't bad, though. It's only a few percent more scaled in, I guess. Alright. Here's Sensorbot. Let's go. Gentlemen, you suck. He's trying to give me shock pimpernels, but over and over again, they are shitty shock pimpernels. I just need to get one good, one good fire one, and then we could be gone. We could be rid of this place, which would be cool, but unlikely. Got him. The OP8 Pimpernel's sweet. It's fun to kill things with because it's so ridiculous. Alright. We'll get out of here now, before that hot loader catches us on fire, or some other manner of shenanigans. Don't you dare. Alright, gentlemen's, huh? That sucks. There was this one idiot who said that the shock gentleman's pimpernel was the best pimpernel. Brilliant. Alright, so we're gonna get down here and we're gonna find something. Barking with Jacobs. Some of my friends really like barking with Jacobs, but I disagree with them on that, especially for Zero. I can understand it for Maya, but for Zero, I cannot understand not opting for the Malawan grip. Alright, we'll continue. These guys are about to get level 72 Pimpernelled to death. Alright. Fashionable with the Hyperion grip. It seems like fire ones are rare as shit. Then again, I did get several gentleman's fire ones, I think. I think I've had 3. So maybe I'm just misinterpreting things. I don't know why sometimes I throw my deception to get past one enemy, but I do. Alright, so let's get up here. This time I'm feeling it. Banberry Malawan fire. No. Damn it. Gentleman's Hyperion. Ugh. I wish you could just slap him and he'd re-roll it, and you just keep slapping him until it happened that you got it right. That way we wouldn't have to do this walk every time. He's a robot. Surely they have the precision to manufacture guns, even if he is focused on some strangely misguided quest to provide censorship to this planet. Let me up here. Alright. You can get fucked. Why? This time we're gonna get it. I'm sure of it. We're gonna get one that will be worthy of quitting the episode on. Ah, he wasn't slagged, unfortunately. That harsh is our mellow. That said, he's dead. So, we're gonna continue. Dang, we got real sneaky past all of those dudes. Up here, we're gonna find... No. Stop that. The Hyperion grip, in addition to sucking, is offensively ugly. And so it's extra displeasurable to see that every time. Ah, damn it. Missed that ramp. They showed some really ugly Alabama's quarterback on television. Threw me off.
I vanish.
Alright, coming up here. Awesome. You guys ever been to a house with floating stairs in real life? I've seen some drunk people eat it on some floating stairs. They try to go on it sideways like I just did there. Almost always turns out bad. It's awesome. If I was going to build a house, and I'm damn well thinking about it, I might ask for floating stairs. Except the floor plans I'm looking at probably don't include floating stairs. Because there's like closets underneath them and shit. That said, floating stairs look pretty badass. They're not super space efficient, though, I would say. Unless you were to put like a bookshelf underneath them, which does look cool. Anyway, knew some people who lived in rather lavish homes in college, and floating staircases are pretty damn cool. If not, just to see people get totally fucked up on them. I saw someone lose a tooth. I said lose a tooth? I might have said lose a teeth, because I was thinking they definitely lost multiple teeth in that endeavor, which was awesome. That's what they get for being stupid. Alright. It's amazing to watch someone try to do this and just, you know, it's awesome. I didn't attempt those maneuvers while inebriated because it'd be stupid to. Alright, eventually the game is going to give us something good. It could be nice. That'll mess him up. I'm getting way better at jumping on that little container, though. It's a pretty efficient way to get up there. Barking. Jacob's grip. Dull scope. Like I said, I don't really fuck with anything that's not Malawan grip. So we're going to disregard it. So we go again. Hopefully this time for the last time. And just deal with that silly shock one that we have. Which could be better, but then again, shock is a seldom used element. And the enemies that I do take out with the shock pimpernel, like stalkers, it might benefit me to reload less. I don't know. Damn it. And we'll go again. This year's AT&T commercials, the Bo Jackson's watching party or whatever, is just so bad. So very, very bad. I don't imagine anyone likes those commercials. They are terrible. Even watching them without sound, devoting half my attention to this, they still irritate me a great deal. Ugh, stop this. This brake pads commercial has a bear in it, as far as I can determine here. I think they're trying to make it really cool to change your own brakes. I mean, it's pretty cool to change your own brakes. A lot of people just don't have the tools to do it. It's not incredibly difficult. It is potentially very dangerous, though, if an idiot does it. Which is both comical and scaring. Scary. Scaring is a word. It just doesn't mean what I needed it to mean there. Alright. If we could quit getting shitty Sublime Fire Pimpernels, that would be wonderful. We're gonna do it this time. We're gonna find one that I need. And then I guess other pieces of gear that I should really work out here before we reset UVHM might include a rapier for whatever reason. We could also definitely benefit from having a proper rogue comm, a B shield. There are a couple things we could look at getting. We obviously need Lyutas though, and that's going to be the most difficult thing perhaps. I hate you, sensor bot. Aw man, the Spartans came back over the Wolverines. I kind of root for the fighting khakis, man. I like Harbaugh. He's pretty animated. He makes me laugh. I don't think he was given a fair shake in San Francisco there. And I think Colin Kaepernick's a very talented quarterback who's going to suffer because no longer does he have the administration to believe that his run-heavy offense and everything is going to work out, which is kind of sad. I kind of enjoyed Kaepernick's play. Like I said before, I'm a Cowboys fan, but I don't really hold the deep hate for the Niners that some of the people who saw it in the 80s do. I was born in 1990. That said, I don't necessarily root for the Niners. I never have, except perhaps when they were playing the Eagles. But, they're all right. I don't actively root against them if I'm neutral about the other team, I guess. Especially when they had Harbaugh. I kind of enjoyed his coaching style. All right. I actually did root for the Niners over the Seahawks, believe it or not. Primarily because I don't like Pete Carroll. I kind of liked their really animated defensive backs. Pete Carroll kind of drives me nuts, though. I think he's a cheater at college, and he wasn't appropriately disciplined for it, but what he did, I mean, you can't. There's no real precedent for, he's an NFL coach now. He doesn't care about college sanctions and everything. So I just feel like he kind of got away from that with no punishment, and I felt like that wasn't exactly fair, but whatever. All right, this time is the time. We're going to get what we need. Good job, antagonist. You keep me safe. Even though I've added the extra difficulty of running through here with level 72 guns, due to a lack of foresight. Here we go. Damn it. Ugh, Captain Scarlet's prefix should not exist. Alright, let's go again. I can't see any benefit of having the Captain Scarlet's prefix there. Like, how could anyone argue that having a gun that you have to do 2 quests for with no accessory is a good thing? I would have no idea. That shouldn't happen, or at the very least it shouldn't happen in Ultimate Vault Hunter mode. Banberry with the doll grip. You can stop that now, SensorBot. How about you give us something appropriate? That would be what I would prefer. Just something better. I guess I need to put a cap on the runs here on this episode now. We're going to stop at 6 more runs, including this one. So this one and 5 more. Hopefully I remember to keep count. Ugh, I can only take small doses of this. It is truly mind-numbing if you go at it too long. Monstrous with the Hyperion grip. No thank you. Alright, 5 more. Cool Jacob's quad was just shown there with the foregrip accessory, so that's pretty cool. I don't think it had the Jacob's grip. I didn't get a close enough look at it. I was looking at my television for a moment. Might have been. Alright. Banberry with the Vladoff grip. That's probably the highest fire rate you can get, but I don't want it at all. All right, what do we have this time? That'll piss him off. He's getting all corroded. And he's slagged. All right. Let's hope we get what we need this time. Barking. With the wrong grip. I would have accepted barking and Malawan, but no. Happened to be doll grip. I think 4 more. It really does all begin to run together.
How hilarious. You just set off my trap card. Your death approaches.
This time we're going to get 3 more.
The true world revealed. Weakness is now known to me.
They should program those robots not to shoot at decoys floating in midair, but I'm glad they do. Alright, barking with the Malawan grip. Unfortunately, it has the Hyperion scope, and I believe we already have a barking corrosive one. We sure do. One with a better scope and a better stock, so we're going to pass on that one. 2 more. I'm gonna kill this guy, because it's been too long since I killed anything. If I had to guess, this would be the episode where we killed the least amount of things. Probably, within the series. If I had to guess. I could be wrong. But I would imagine it would be this way. Because even in the snowman video, we were getting the snowman killed. And perhaps 1 or 2 little snowmen every time. Banberry with the Vladoff grip. 1 more. Alright guys, so as always, I thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you haven't yet taken the time to subscribe, please do so. I'd appreciate that as well. Beyond that, I might try to do something a little bit different in the next episode, even if we don't find a suitable fire pimpernel on this run, which I'm hoping we do, but it's very likely that we don't. So we might do something entirely different and go Lyuda farming, which, you know, is its own brand of fun. Fashionable, huh? Fashionable with doll stock, or doll grip. I gotta do 1 more. I gotta end on something a little bit more positive than that. Then again, everything that's not what I need is, I guess, technically equally negative. But this is truly the last run that I'm doing. I can't handle too much more of this. But I want it to be done. I don't want to have to worry about this anymore. But that seems unlikely. It just really does wear on me after time. Well, this will be the time that we either get it or don't, but it's the last one in this episode. Oh my god, I even messed it up. Wow, I cannot end on a me failure. Oh my goodness, now I'm just prolonging my anger. Ugh. Alright, this time, fire Pimpernel. Mount the long grip. Good accessory. No, you assholes. Why would you do that? Ugh. I will not accept that. Okay. I will see everyone in the next episode. Bye, guys.